밖에 트램이 있어요?
학교 밖에? 재밌는 거 별로 없는데?
Can you imagine having 14 to 15-hour school days for 220 days a year? Well, that's exactly what the average South Korean high schooler has to go through every year. With so much time dedicated to studying and little time dedicated for fun, it's no surprise that these students are among some of the most stressed out in the world. This accumulation of stress over time eventually develops into depression, and many of these people turn to suicide. South Korea's suicide rate is the highest in the world, consisting mostly of young adults and seniors. With a lack of support system for the retired, many cannot financially support themselves, resulting in a plethora of suicidal urges. About 87% of those who committed suicide were diagnosed with mental disorders before their death. About 1 in 8 South Koreans have suffered from depression, but only about 10% of them actually seek professional help. The growing rate of suicide among South Korea's past and future could prove to be detrimental in the long run.
Suicide is the act of taking one's own life on purpose. Suicidal behavior is any action that could cause a person to die, such as taking a drug overdose or crashing a car on purpose. People with suicidal behavior often show symptoms of giving away their personal belongings, talking about feeling hopeless or guilty, losing interest in activities that they used to enjoy, and suddenly having trouble in school or work.
Since a young age, many South Koreans are instilled with the mindset that they must get a top score on the CSAT in order to live a happy life. CSAT is South Korea's 9-hour university entrance exam that is offered only once to high school seniors.
How do you feel about the upcoming ACT test?
I feel like Jones is preparing us very well.
Can you retake it again?
Yeah, is it I think up to 12 times you can retake it, but it would look really bad. If you keep retaking them and scoring badly, then the colleges will see that you're doing badly.
High school seniors often sleep only 4 hours per night leading up to the exam. A typical day in the life of an average high schooler consists of an 8-hour school day and spending their remaining waking hours, often up until midnight or 2 a.m., attending private institute called hagwons. In 2010, 84% of high school students, 50% of middle school students, and 45% of elementary students enrolled in hagwons. The quotidian hagwons are of importance to many South Koreans.
Do you go anywhere for tutoring after school?
No.
No.
No. No, I don't. No.
No.
No. No.
No.
The chances of being admitted to a top university are often determined by the parents' ability to pay for after-school instruction. In 2013, nearly $18 billion was spent on private institutions. South Korean families spend an average of $2,600 per year for each child to attend a hagwon. Families with higher incomes often spend up to $1,000 per month on hagwons. Those with lower incomes often rely on scholarships, but a small country like South Korea is limited in scholarship and academic opportunities. Seoul National University, Korea University, and Yonsei University make up SKY University, the few top university that every student in South Korea aims to enter. Those who get accepted to the elite university and succeed are guaranteed high-paying jobs.
Do you feel that the college you're attending is going to dictate the rest of your life?
No, it won't dictate the rest of my life, but it'll probably help me get into the path that I want to go on.
With only one chance to take the college entrance exam and limited seats in top university, there is a high academic competition and stress. Even a single wrong answer in a subject can risk a student missing out on the highest tier of scoring required for the elite university. Even breaks and vacations are dedicated to studying. Most of their studying occurs during summer vacation in preparation for the intense school year ahead. Many experience high levels of stress and anxiety that later develop into depression.
제 친구 중에 한 명도 부모님이 어렸을 때부터 공부만 하라고 하고 잠도 거의 못 자게 하고 스트레스를 많이 주셨어요. 공부를 진짜 잘하는데 그래서 그거에 스트레스 받아서 자살 기도를 진짜 5번은 하는 것 같아요. 그러다가 몇 주 거의 한 달 전에 완도 자살 기도를 한 거예요. 근데 저 우연찮게 살아나긴 했는데 근데 그런 공부에 대한 압박감 때문에 스트레스 받아가지고 자살하거나 치료받는 애들도 많아요. 정신과 치료 같은 그런 거.
They have no outlets for stress relief, and with the stigma attached to mental illnesses, many would not seek professional help. The stress and unhappiness eventually become unbearing for the students and they attempt suicide, the only way they know how to finally be free.
How do you deal with stress?
Stress? Sleep off.
While the high schoolers are stressed over their futures, senior citizens, also known as the forgotten generation, are stressed over how to pay the bills and provide food every day.
I feel that my generation is being forgotten, she says. I worked really hard and I've been so diligent, but somehow I ended up here. Here, living alone among the stock, with barely enough money to feed herself. I tried to kill myself next to my husband's grave. Someone discovered me and I survived. It's a situation her social worker Won Hae-rim says is all too common. The elderly suicide rate here is the highest among developed nations. This is the generation that helped rebuild the economy from the ruins of the Korean War. Now, about half of South Korea's elderly live in relative poverty.
While South Korea does offer financial support to retirees, it's not nearly enough to support them. The basic pension that is given to retirees amount to about $200 a month, just a quarter of the desired minimum amount needed for single households.
What kind of support does the government offer retirees?
Social Security, Medicare, not welfare because they have to be working. I find it hard to believe that a senior can live on Social Security alone.
The limited pension is only received by about 35% of seniors, and as a result, many struggle to get by. Each week, hundreds of seniors line up hours in advance at churches that offer some food and 500 won, or about 50 cents, to each person in line. Koo In-ho, a professor at Seoul National University who researched poverty issues, speculates almost half the elderly people is poor in Korea, so really it's a very serious problem. Before the 1990s, usually younger people supported their parents during their retirement age, so it was not a serious problem. And at the time, older people did not live long. But during the last 20 years, elderly people live longer, and younger people also experience economic difficulty.
Why do you think many elders are faced with poverty issues?
Because they're not working, so they're not making as much money. They may not have planned properly and not have enough savings, and maybe Social Security isn't enough, or their pensions. And actually a lot of people nowadays don't get pensions because those are being phased out.
The average household net adjusted disposable income per capita in South Korea is about $19,510 a year, less than half of the US average of $41,355 a year. With low incomes in most households, there's just not enough to support everyone in the family. Seniors feel like they should not burden the family and turn to suicide to solve their problems. Economic troubles was the most common reason cited for suicidal thoughts at 44.1%, followed by family problems at 11.4% and disease or disability at 10.9%. Over the years, the rate of suicide in South Korea have continually increased, and in an attempt to lower the numbers, South Korea has implemented a few precautions.
The Mapo Bridge is a suicide attempt hotspot dubbed the Bridge of Death, located in Seoul, South Korea. Shea Worldwide, a design firm, was prompted to come up with a design for the bridge that will address the high suicide rates and save lives.
A simple light is where our idea began. We wanted to light up each step as people walked by, surprise them, and bring them joy. We went to the bridge and walked on it to see for ourselves. We wanted to connect with people on eye level, so we started to create sensors that reacted to people as they walk by. We wanted this bridge of life to start a conversation with people. Sometimes with a simple greeting, or with words of wisdom, or with a silly joke that would move their hearts. And where the conversation ends, we set up bronze statues of two friends, where one is patting the other on his back and pinching his cheek.
마포대교가 최근 생명의 다리로 거듭나기 위해
다리가 다정하게 말을 거는 시
이렇게 내게 말을 거는 듯한 문구들로 극단적인 선택을 피할 수 있게 도와줍니다.
한 명이라도 막을 수 있다면 전 좋을 것 같아요.
되게 뭉클했어요.
되게 재밌는 게요. 읽다 보면 되게 시간 가는 줄 몰라가지고.
A small first step by Samsung Life Insurance to save lives, to give a new hope, to share a new dream, to encourage and inspire. Even at this very moment, the Bridge of Life is speaking to someone. Human love, Samsung Life Insurance.
The Mapo Bridge, now known as the Bridge of Life, successfully dropped the suicide rate there by 77% after design was implemented. Simulated funerals are a great way for South Korean citizens to reevaluate their life. It does not serve as a way to help them take the next step into killing themselves, but as a way for them to think about whether their lives are truly worth giving up. Participants are to write farewell letters, go on a journey to their grave, and lay in their coffins to reflect upon their life for about 4 hours. Many people feel refreshed after their experience. It costs up to 50,000 won to experience a mock funeral per person, which is around $43. South Koreans who are suicidal and reluctant to seek help should go experience a mock funeral as therapy. South Koreans are already spreading positivity around exam periods to encourage students who are under a lot of stress. However, we can do more. We can post positivity on social media and get it to trend. These are examples of posts by South Korean celebrities. You can start now by posting about ways in which you are also oppressed by your goals or society in ways like the South Koreans are with the hashtag #YouAreNotAlone. We specifically chose this hashtag to trend because suicidal people often forget about other people in their lives that care about them. Facebook, WeChat, Twitter, and Instagram are all great platforms to get the message across. People who see the post will look into the issue, be informed, and share it. At the end of your post, include the suicide hotline for your country. Suicide hotlines help the person calling stay anonymous, while professionals on the line can provide life-saving advice or compassion that people with suicidal thoughts desperately need. If you are willing to take a step further, create posters or flyers with suicide hotlines from all over the world and post it in places where it is common for people to commit suicide with a positive message, like the Bridge of Life. Consider donating to the Red Cross. The Red Cross not only provides emergency relief, it aims to provide various livelihood and psychosocial activities such as providing scholarships to poor students living without their parents, conducting frequent home visits to check upon the living conditions of senior citizens living alone.
몰랐어. 당연히 모르지. 앞에 기억은 또 짧았어. 딱 바닥을 쳐보니 아니 처음엔 참 어려웠어. 도대체 뭐가 뭔지 모르겠으니 그래서 난 가선을 찾아 떨어질 땅을 기대하려 해. 그 땅 끝이 너의 줄을 당겨. 오늘 그리고 내일 그땅 감흥이 없는 무용담을 부려야지. 내게 하기 먼저 눈에 들어오네. 난 고인물을 떠서 두 눈을 닦아 falling. 애매하게 떠진 눈에 물이 찼네. 감기도 눈을 떠서 한 번 다시 닦아 falling. 내게 하기 먼저 눈에 들어오네. 난 고인물을 떠서 두 눈을 닦아 falling. 애매하게 떠진 눈에 물이 찼네. 감기도 눈을 떠서 한 번 다시 닦아 falling, falling.
Yeah, Gonzo, Illinois, high ground, let's do it.